Talk. It seems like it's making a noise every time we make a noise. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Alright, well, we'll go through with this experimental one. If people are bothered by the noise, then that's something. This will be our first one. I'll introduce it. Hello, welcome to Soul Mechanics. Apologies for the noise. We don't know why that's happening, but we're going to try and get some good shit in here from Chance Ward. His channel is Chance Forward. And he is essentially a badass motherfucker when it comes to the arts of what we call astral travel and psychedelics exploration, and he is going to teach us what he knows about aliens that he has discovered in his travels, and what he knows about. Well, he was telling me about something having aliens. I'm not sure what to call it, but we'll let him go ahead and introduce himself and explain what he has to say here.
Alright, my name is Chance. I'm basically a Signian, meaning like our sun sign degree. If you were to type in your chart, your natal chart, aka cosmic blueprint, basically our sun sign is a vortex to the constellation we're from. Me personally, I am from the Nebajij. Basically, I met the amphibians where I'm from before I learned about them. What they look like, their skin was blue and red. I remember the skin tone. Basically, the experience was all about like it was like a line of like 15 plus entities, and the amphibian that I met, he was blue and red, like I said, and he was in like a light brown jean jacket. So like what happened? He was like checking me off on a clipboard along with everyone else, and basically it ties in like the sun sign degree from that, the vortex. Basically, based on the Mayan calendar, I'm a yellow solar warrior, meaning like what we're known for is to be able to easily perceive the aspects of realizing we're a vortex and a spiral to where we're from. Now, that can also tie into just like animals or like us as hermits, we're basically amphibious walking serpents. This is why our semen has tadpoles. We're basically just like human-sized frogs. If you want to know deeper aspects of that, basically the more pure alien species, the alien species that we're a branch off of, they're the ones who, within their umbrellas and factions, they come up with agendas and they push them on the surface to keep us in illusions, use the vibration of Neptune, and like that's the same vibration of music, which is where they push like the cancerous vibration of music, which isn't 432 hertz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've heard that before actually, and we had a big discussion about this with another channel that was talking about the 432 hertz thing, and I didn't really understand it so much myself. I mean, I get frequency, the idea that certain frequencies are keeping us.
I'll go ahead and break it down for you. Basically, what it is like we are a crystal. So like the same. All right, what we would call even like drugs, for an example. Like we have DMT within our brains at all times. DMT is the chemical that's released in our brain physically that allows us to see within like dreams in the first place. What a dream really is like our body gets into a meditative state and our energy overlay body slips out in the physical. And then we experience from that the astral body, which is like our energy body, which is like what happens really when we 3D die. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, what it is like there's always the energy overlay between our physical and spiritual. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, this is something I wanted to say here with you, and the way that you're describing everything is very reminiscent of how I used to write when I first started getting into all this shit, and I was really good with dreams and astral travel and all of that to begin with. That was like kind of something that I connected for, and this is where we came up with the idea for the color coding system that we use. And so I would define you at face value from what I know of you so far. I would say you're very likely a blue, and you're in this stage of development where you're going to be coming up with all these. You're going to have all of these very intricate, very complex brand notations and definitions for everything, descriptions. Right? You're going to be very descriptive. You're going to have a very convoluted descriptive measure, and that's good for writing, I think. Although I'm not sure now because things have gotten simpler for me since then, and it's like I don't know whether the writing, but we're not talking about that. I all of these very convoluted descriptions for everything, and I understood all of these different layers for everything, and all of these different facets and the different bodies and frequencies.
I mean, you kind of said it. It ties in with like the layers of the onion, meaning like realizing that our energy that we have right now, will have a better way that I like to see it is like the same way we're conscious of our energy now, we always will be without the restriction of the vessel. So like the same way we can think, the same way we can channel Mercury's energy, which is the energy of the brain, we'll always be able to do that without the restriction of the vessel. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, and this is stuff that it's like what you're saying here is stuff that I kind of knew before, but I've forgotten since then. Like I said, things simpler, and I guess I kind of discarded a lot of the information I had that I felt maybe I didn't need. But we do need it now. It's good that you're here with it now because we need this. What I was talking about before, we'll get for the audience with Dolores Cannon and the work that she did, where she regressed people to past life regression, and many people said that they had come from different parts of the galaxy or different galaxies even. They had caught that they had been aliens before, what have you, so-called aliens. They're not. I don't really think of them as aliens. They're just kind of different sorts of people, really.
I'm going to get right to the point on that. Basically, like an alien is a spell to make us think it's a lie. You know what I'm trying to say? Like an alien. So meaning like a... Hold on, I got a burp. Never mind. So like, yeah, like the spell behind the word alien is to make us think it's a lie. Now, the point is to realize we are aliens. Like, what happens though is we're genetic, like, branched offs of the pure alien species, and that's what makes us more humanoidish. Like me personally, like I have scales on my body. Like my ex, for an example, she's a Lyran. She has a feline tongue. So she has a rough tongue like a cat should do. This girl I'm talking to now, she's an Iridian. And what that means is like her tongue's webbed at the bottom, you know what I mean? And then like her ears are like elf ears. Like I attract very pure species of what we call aliens, but in reality, like the spell is to make us think that it's extraterrestrial, but in reality, like we are the aliens. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's something else that when you get to a certain stage of development and along these lines, the world becomes alien to you, and you feel very alien to it. It's like things become very strange. You look around and you see things that most people take for granted, and it's like, how strange is that we should be experiencing it? You realize that it's all this dream that we're having, and just different layers to this sort of dream that we're having, and how strange this world is in comparison to the world that we visit. Otherworldly experiences that we have in dream travels and astral projections and psychedelic experiences. It's all taken for granted when we're there. It all seems normal when we're there. It's just like this world seems normal when we're here, but it doesn't. It's very odd, this world. Yes, I think that we are alien to it that way.
It even ties into the movie Lucy, though. Have you ever seen the movie Lucy, where it's like they have that vortex that shoots out of the crown chakra? We basically have that at all times, meaning like whenever we go into what we call a dream, but in actuality, like that is like all right, what we also have to realize is like reality, meaning like they want us to think everything is a real lie. So like we have a vortex that shoots out of our crown at all times to allow us to remember where we're from. So like whenever we go into what we call dream state, that's really like our energy body, meaning like we die every time we sleep. Like ancestors and spirit guides that are that stick with us, like whenever we are in that quote unquote dream state, in reality they want us to know like we die every time we sleep. You know what I'm trying to say?
The elder traditions would actually say that they would refer to sleep or dreams specifically as the little death, like a taste of death.
Sure.
I think that because the times that I've had NDEs, and this is every time I've had an NDE, which is several times, I've experienced the same thing, and it was very much like a dream. But for me, it became like a nightmare. I got to that place that I've mentioned to you before, the Never, where it's like a chaotic. I don't know how to. There's no way. I still can't figure out any way to describe the sensation of like you become a fractal, that never-ending fractal that has no sense of reality, no presence, no way to hold on to anything, just chaos.
And I'll go ahead and say what it is. Like the most important thing as a male especially, is to harness our semen, like our sexual energy. Because like what happens if we always expel our semen? What happens is like tadpoles are within semen. We always like, I mean, I might get vulgar, but like if we always expel that energy, what happens is we will start to go bald. Like we'll start to like expel our life force energy. So basically, like it ties in with the our chakras and the spiral around the chakras. And this is what happens when we do leave our body. So like what happens is like, our chakras, they tie with the nerve system, like you were saying, like like counterclockwise, or how they're supposed to spin. And then from there, like if we harness our sexual energy, it'll force a masculine and feminine spiral to go around those chakras. And that's the same reason why we're a walking rainbow. Rainbow. You know what I'm trying to say? I can't even say that shit. Rainbow.
Have you worked with Kundalini specifically?
I've decided personally, like I'm never making myself come again. And like since then, I've attracted like I'm damn near in some polygamous relationships.
In the word tantra and such, they talk about that, holding your semen to preserve life energy. And I mean, I can see that, and yeah, it's obviously true, biologically speaking, but at the same time, I do feel there's a benefit in expelling it. There's you can use, for example, you can use tantra to pull the impulse up and to activate the Kundalini impulse. And obviously, tantra is going to involve holding back from ejaculating. But eventually you do, and that ejaculation can cause a sort of a force, to create. I was just talking to somebody doing an interview with the Moon Shop with one of the owner of the shop, and we were talking about what makes energy, what gives an object a charge, and I was theorizing that it's likely the emotional energy that is the emotional energy is the binding agent for memory, and memory is going to be what's directing the energy. So,
at this point in time, like I'm only like 21, so like I'm at a point where like my testosterone and like my semen production is still at a high level. So the way I see it is like our semen connects to our spinal cord to our brain, because we're basically a walking snakes, you know what I'm saying? So like that's the energy, it causes a physical repercussion, meaning like the semen rising, and then at a spiritual level, it causes that bioelectric vortex where like basically you'll be able to attract like chicas into your orbit based on like that sexual energy, and like just make like females wet like unintentionally, like it just happens naturally.
Yeah, that's something that somebody brought up in like a talk show interview. I think it might have been Jim Carrey even, who was talking about the 33rd vertebrate is the ladder that they're speaking of in ancient tradition, and especially Christianity. The story that they're telling has to do with the semen ascending and the vital essence ascending. Essentially, not necessarily the semen, but the semen obviously is either involved or could be very well be it. But I'm the cerebrospinal fluid, honestly, because when I activated the Kundalini myself the first time, and it felt like my spine lit up like a lightsaber, like and it was like an orgasm that crept up through my spine, and when it hit my head, when it got into my head, it was it just blew my world up. Like it was like DMT experience, almost very similar.
Yo, I swear, like I get high off talking now. Like what happens is it like directly impacts our drive and our motivation to just get shit done. Like even like I said, like if you harness your semen and then you go to just like a store, for example, and like go up to a female, like they can feel that you're not a bot. Like they can feel that you're not like a hunchback white monkey, as I like to say. And I'm like, yeah, I mean that's it.
That's pretty good. That's a good idea, honestly, because I mean, I'm usually thinking, I'm a member of the old school class where they want to say you got to ejaculate before you go after a lady or you're going to explode. I go to the club kind of, I want to say empty, just in case. But that's a good idea. Go fully load, see how that works out, right?
Next. I mean, there's a few things that could happen. Basically, like, what will happen is, like, that female will feel the electricity and the magnetism towards you. And what happens is, like, me personally, like, I put these females in illusions, like, every time I talk on the phone, like, they be saying, like I feel like I, like, have to, like, get with you type shit. And it's like, well, I'll be sure to remind them that, like, that's my Kundalini putting you in an illusion. Like, we don't have to have sex. Like, I'll be telling females that now these days.
Right. That's another thing. Is I don't know if you've been keeping up with our end of the soul mechanics videos, but we just ran into this dude who was using what we call spot casting. He was using like hypnotic effects to kind of lure his audience and fix them. And I mean, that happens. That sort of thing can be innate in people, especially blues, can do that sort of thing just naturally without actually trying it through, without having any training even or using any sort of techniques for it. And especially if you're charged up like that, again, the emotion's going to be tied in obviously directly to the human. It's a direct relation, physiologically speaking. So yeah, you have a higher charge, and especially if you have that Kundalini impulse active, then you can hypnotize people on the spot.
For sure. And then like be sure if you want to retain anyone who's watching, like be sure to eat your like fruits and veggies, because like the way I like to look at it is like, would you want those tadpoles to be feeding off a bunch of bullshit, or would you want them to be feeding off some fruits and veggies that is organic and shit? Because like you got to keep in mind, those tadpoles swim up to your brain, and what they do is they coat the inside of it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, and that's something that we learned very early on in our training. That was you could say, if we want to speak to it in chapters, that would be under chapter 4, is eat greens, eat live foods that are alive. Just life. If you eat death, there's another thing we can touch on here is in case anybody doesn't know, what we have in our body, we have a symbiotic relationship with what very well could be an alien entity that we call mitochondria. And what mitochondria do essentially is they run around in our cellular structure, repairing and or disintegrating depending on the situation. If you eat dead food, which you eat like meats and shit, when the mitochondria see that meat in your system, they think that you're dying, and so what they do is go ahead and speed up your decomposition process. When they see live food, they get to repairing because they think that you're living. They don't know the difference between what's in your body.
It's intriguing shit.
I love that. I was fascinated with that. So that's a touch on alienity. But as I was saying with the Dolores Cannon thing, is all these people said that they had come here from elsewhere for the purpose of getting with this initiative, which obviously we're calling it the initiative. Other people have different names for it. There are factions of this all over the world. What we're doing with the Status Initiative, Chance, in case you're unfamiliar, what we're doing with the Status Initiative essentially is we're networking. We're dedicated to finding all of these groups and networking together. And so that's our beat. That's what we're up to here with our little group of it. But they're everywhere, and as was said in that hypnotic regressions, is people came here from elsewhere for the purpose of achieving the objective of moving us into a new level, a new phase of development as a species.
I'll go ahead and say it, like the idea that like like the conquistadors, meaning like there's nothing new under the sun. So like basically like technology has always been a thing. Being able to fly has always been a thing. Like I'll go ahead and say it, like me personally as a Signian, like my spiritual avatar is a swan. So like when I'm in my astral body, like whenever I fly, like I dip, rise and glide like a motherfucking bird. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get that. You know what I do in my dreams is I collect animals. I ran into someone in a dream once he outflew me. He was fast as fuck. I was so impressed. Like he wound up chasing me, or no, I was chasing him, and he dove into the water into the lake, and I chased after him. And when I got in the water, I got scared shitless because I gave large bodies of water, and I panicked and I ran away. And I met up with him on the beach later in the dream, and this dude had tattoos. He was just like, he was faceless. He had no face, no form. He just had one eye in the middle.
Bro, you just blew my fucking mind.
And he had tattoos of different animals and structures all over his body, what looked like different animals. And I labeled him Chimera because Chimera is the mixture of animals. You know, the animals combined, and for the ancient myth of combined animals was the Chimera of the lion. And so
I'm going to blow your mind right now, bro. So like basically, this is back when I was living in Ohio. I also met the alien species while my 3D physical was resting in Ohio. So what happened was like I was in an astral body experience. I looked down at my arms, right? I looked down and I had like full sleeves of falcons, phoenixes, and hawks.
Yeah.
And that basically ties in directly with where I'm from, being a swan.
Yeah. See, in my dreams so far, I think my dream body has, or my phantom body, whatever we want to call it here, which we do. That's one of the things we need to work on is lining up our terminology so that we can educate people. We can get this across easier, make the simplest possible terminology. So far, we've been using a phantom body because, like, somebody loses a limb, they have a phantom limb, so we're calling this a phantom body. And mine has butterflies on it. It has, I think, an eagle. It has cats. That name, like, cats were always there. And just various animals that I've collected that became tattoos on my phantom body. And I feel like I can use the abilities of these animals in the dreams. Like, I can fly like an eagle. I can move like a cat. I can actually, like, in this world, this level, I can actually, I've gotten to the point now where I've learned how to kind of slow down time. I can do it. It's not necessarily me moving faster. It's like time stretches out, and I can get a lot of things done in a smaller patch of time. And I've actually started to learn how to do that for other people as well, which, by the way, for the audience, I don't know how long we've been at this, but it's going to cut us off in 40 minutes. So if it cuts us off, sorry. I apologize for that.
It's not good.
But yeah, in the dream, when I move like a cat, it's like time slows down, everything slows down, and I'm moving at normal speed. Everything slows down, like you see in the movies, like Flash and shit. So that's cool. I haven't met, though, personally. I've met with creatures. I've met with what I even think of as being like gods and titans and dream experiences. And as I've stated already, I met that trickster DMT experience, but I haven't run into anything that I can describe as being aliens, even extraterrestrials, let alone actual aliens from another entirely different. Except for the extremity deprivation. The first time I did the extremity deprivation, I didn't eat or sleep for 9 days, and I saw what I thought was like a creature that built eternity, manufactured eternity, and then it stepped into eternity, and it shattered, and it became our reality. And then it was like almost like the idea of God having created eternity and then stepping into it and becoming everything. And that was, I was like,
listen, I called, and like, I can't get you back on speak, dude. So I'm gonna go audio from here.
You hear me? You got your audio off.
Okay. So your audio is on, video is off. Like I said, someone called and fucked up the me hearing you from the speaker.
Yeah, that happens with the live stream. When we're doing the live Discord live stream on True Love Stories, that happens when people call me. I get my shit cut out. I hate that.
Yeah, that's all good.
But we were talking about something on the Discord live stream that was just like, I lost it. It was something you were saying earlier, a little earlier in this conversation, that we actually touched on in one of the live streams. I think it might have been the second last live stream. I think it was related to the frequency, to the 432 hertz.
Oh, okay, so basically, like, the frequencies directly tie into the frequencies of our chakras. So, like, basically, like, for an example, Mercury and Neptune, that ties into the brain, the energy within the brain, which is like the third eye chakra. So basically, all the planets within our solar system, it creates our chakras. Now, from there, what we have to do is we need to branch out, we need to work on our telepathy, and from there we get, like, telepathy is fourth dimension, the synchronicity is the fifth dimension, and then from there we just keep on branching out from our solar system. What we do is we figure out, like, our solar system, like, aka like our soul, our solar system, and then yeah.
I've learned how to coordinate and orchestrate synchronicities, and that ties into. I think this is all everything that I'm learning here. It's stuff that I've learned since I started running the initiative on the internet because I started interacting with so many people. I just kind of figured out these little tricks, and like I said, I can kind of stretch time out, and the way that I did that is basically applying tension to things. I'm gonna get into explaining that later. It's gonna take a while. I can't really think of how to explain it yet, but the synchronicity thing, the podcasting, I can actually coordinate and orchestrate synchronicities. That was one of the things that we were talking about the live stream, is that you can influence people to a certain degree, but momentarily, I think that we can stretch that out, that we can actually influence things to a greater degree. It's a matter of training. Like, we're just getting into this. It's something that's new to us, so we're not, obviously, you can expect that we're not going to be able to do it that well yet, but we are learning. And the orchestrating synchronicity, that's very cool. It makes me wonder, though, that if synchronicities are orchestrated the way that they are, do you think that other people are orchestrating synchronicities via chance, like just, everybody's doing it all at the same time? Or do you think they're actually...
The first thing that comes to mind is like how the flip side of a coincidence is actually a synchronicity, meaning like our main thoughts of our conscious mind, subconscious, which is all the same as we know. Like it's meant to, like, it all reflects to us as a mirror, which is like I remember you telling me how like we all share one big soul. We have like our individual divided souls, and from there we basically like always experience all the dimensions, but it's all based on expanding your perspective. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep. But I mean, do you think that one, the greater soul, is orchestrating these synchronicities? And if so, do you think that it's moving ahead? Do you think that it has it all mapped out in advance, or that it's
of course, yeah, for sure. I definitely resonate with alternate realities, parallel universes, and like basically it ties into like realizing we're in one universe, and then from there we realize we're a part of a multiverse, meaning like infinite solar systems, and like not limiting anything, like shit that you can't really put in English. Like, so from there, like I want to say it's either 22, I think it's 22 degrees Sagittarius, and that is the source of consciousness, or like like source, and then from there, like that's probably where the Big Bang happened, and like yeah.
I think that where it comes to synchronicity, if I can manipulate synchronicities, then the greater force has got to be doing the same thing. Because if I can change things, or actually, then you can think that the greater force actually expected me to do that and already had mapped it out in advance. It's very intricate getting into that shit when we get to that.
To keep it all the way above, like it ties in with destiny and fate and then manifesting. So like whenever you realize like your North Node, like what you're destined to do. For me, for an example, I'm a Pisces Sun with the Virgo North Node, which is like very rare. So like ever since my past life, like I've been like on point with my spirituality, and now I'm at a point where I'm gonna like structurize it and like organize it and make it into a career. So more specifically, yeah, like we have certain things that are destined, and AKA like an alternate realities that are already played out. But the main thing is we got to realize like it's our fate. We got to manifest it from there. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, there was another guy I saw on YouTube recently he actually talked about having seen the fourth dimension in his dreams, and he described it pretty accurate to what I've seen. So I believe what he was saying. He says that you can slip through the fourth dimension into alternate worlds, and that we do this all the time. And sometimes, I guess what he was trying to say is that sometimes it can be accidental.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it can be accidental, it could also be deliberate. I have no idea why we're making all that noise.
Well, I mean, like the reality of that is like whenever we do go to sleep, like when our energy body slips out from our physical, what happens is like we are in the fourth and fifth dimension. Like basically, like you can either set the intention and demand your spirit guide to put you onto your impediments, or you can just go to sleep and then you have to experience your subconscious mind. What happens is our subconscious mind I'm channeling this right now for you. Our subconscious mind automatically will put us through experiences that we're going through in our external environment. You know what I mean by that? All right. For me, for an example, I pick up on thoughts around me. I'm a Pisces, so this shit is just normal to me. So what happens is I'll go to sleep. The people I live in the same house with, I'll pick up on their lower vibrational intentions towards me, whether consciously they don't want to do that or they do want to do that. For an example, I'm talking to this girl now, and we fell asleep on the phone together, and I picked up. Basically, what that did is that put a subconscious okay to let me hear her thoughts towards me, and then from there happened a good 3 or 4 times where I pick up on her thoughts towards me. Because me personally, I've done a lot of internal work. I'm on light codes. Basically, the way that light codes worked for me was use a black screen, white crosshairs around the numbers, white numbers, some red accents, and then from there, the clicks of the numbers scrolling was loud as a motherfucker. That shit it woke me up out of my sleep at the time, and ever since that moment, I've just felt a boost on how I perceived electricity, frequency, energy, vibration, all that shit.
You hear noise all the time?
Ears ringing?
Well, kind of, except I hear layers of what sounds like different patterns of static. I've heard that ever since when I activated the Kundalini, I went through a process afterwards throughout the course of 10 years, different things would fail and then go wrong in my system. I had a lot of medical problems that resulted from a chakra would go through this destruction and rebuilding process. And one of the first things that happened was I just started hearing this noise, and it was just patterns of noise, different patterns overlaying each other. It sounds like choirs of crickets chirping, and it comes off of everything. It comes off of just regular matter. It comes off of electronics, specifically. It comes off of people. And I don't know what it is or how to make use of it. I used to have a panic attack because of it, but then of course I learned how to use that energy, the panic energy. Control the impulse, or rather, I think that kind of is the result of the impulse that I think personally, I think that the panic anxiety disorders that are happening is a symptom of that impulse getting blocked up. Because now when I manually activate that impulse, I charge myself that energy, that panic, that anxiety, activates my adrenal, manually activates my adrenaline. Or dumps my adrenaline, dumps my dopamine, my body. And that happens momentarily, as we were saying before, with certain things that happen momentarily, but I have learned how to connect to that. The problem is that it's really direct. We've been working on, we have a chemist working on a solution as to how dopamine breaks down in your body. She's able to make a synthetic compound that can slow down the dopamine breakdown in your body so that can last longer. We're working on that because it really damages me to make use of that for extended periods. I mean, short bursts, it's okay. It doesn't use too much. It just chews up fuel. I gotta eat a lot. I have to eat a whole lot.
For sure. Yo, me too. I'm gonna go ahead and interrupt you. Basically, what I'm channeling right now, for just you or anyone who's going through that, it directly ties into our blood type because our blood types have a positive and negative charge to it. So based on your blood type, basically if you're more reptilian, meaning you are the beings that landed on this planet and then started to rape and pillage the Indians, those beings directly need more meats and more flesh to be more balanced. Me personally, I'm a good a 25% Cherokee, and the rest of that's Conquistador, aka a reptilian. So hold on, I'm gonna go and elaborate on this, but I forget it. So basically, yeah, directly, for an example, melanated beings, they need less meats. They melanated beings can live just off like fruits and veggies and be perfectly fine. But for us, like if we cut off that flesh, I've experienced it personally where like I got in that vibe of like, oh, I'm gonna be a vegan and like all that shit. And what I realized is like, damn, like I lost all my fucking muscle. You know what I'm trying to say?
I'm a meat eater too. Like I said, we learned early on that you want to eat live foods, but there are benefits to eating proteins. I think that I just checked the other phone. I think it's probably just cut us off. So I don't know. It's such a great deal. You want to cut off here? We'll follow up another time.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you very much, man. It's pretty awesome. Very happy to finally talk to you in person.
Yeah, this was info packed.
I'll get in touch with you. Yeah, I'm gonna see what's going on tonight. I might have another interview. Hopefully it'll be okay. But I'll let you know after I got all my straight here what's going on.
All right, that's a plan.
Thank you everybody for watching. Sorry about the noise. It's live. Sorry,
All right, much love, everyone. Y'all be easy.